The game crashed again. Fine. Oh. This is where it came from. So maybe I'm...
Careful now.
So I'm ascending, honestly, can I rest? Can't rest. We're gonna rest. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be fighting...
You can get used to anything. To monsters,
What's
to
it called?
demons, to war.
Yeah, I go.
Even to peace. But the huge sky overhead? Every time I look up, it sends a shiver down my spine.
And since we're out of that fucking awful place...
I will not be trifled with.
I did fuck up though. See, fucked up.
I always have the upper hand. Hesitation is a waste of time.
I haven't even made it that far in the combat thing, so...
I won't let you hurt my friends. I will resist.
Out of my sight!
The light take you!
This is perfect. Look at this. So...
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Prepare yourself.
Cover me!
Into the fray! Yeah!
You won't survive me.
Desna, guide my hand.
Stab their backs.
thirst.
No glory without risk!
Endure this!
Make your peace.
I'll loot your corpse.
Kashan Savitur.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Make every strike count.
I will resist.
I do things my way. That's easy. Stay on your toes.
Actually, we'll just quick save. I haven't done that in a while, so.
Precisely.
Ah, here we go. This is where we have to go. Citadel Command.
Always watch your back.
Let's have some fun.
Everything has a price. Careful now.
We are the light! They are the darkness!
I always have the upper hand. That's easy.
Skip the pleasantries.
I will not be trifled trifled with. Precisely.
That move is just so good.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Don't you feel it? She's got that damn rag with her. I can't teleport. She's going to kill us.
If she kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
This dwarf is a true knight, and that's why he is beyond saving. A demoness knows how to turn a person's good nature against itself. She did it deliberately, knowing that his sense of honor would be his downfall. I have also done this.
Who let this mangy rat out of its cage? You made her a member of your party. The succubus whore found a way to betray even the Abyss. And you believe she'll be loyal to you?
Yes, I do. Fuck you.
Nago, my jailer, my torturer. You think I mean to do them harm? That she will suffer if I stand at her side? If that were true, why then would you try so hard to persuade her to cast me out?
Well, because she likes harming people, but you know, she shouldn't just be trusting you haphazardly. But the Azatha seem to like you. It's good enough for me. You're doing a lot to help people, so good for you.
Hello, Minago. Greetings, Mr. Misery Guts. It's us again.
Okay, we're gonna try one last time. Staten, enough of this madness. It's not too late to come back to the side of
The
good.
side of good? You mean Queen Galfrey's side? I've lost almost everything, but not my self-respect. If tyrants like her are good, then I surely belong in the Abyss.
Maybe. From everything I've seen, it's kind of up in the air on whether or not I just really trust Queen Galfrey.
Forget about the Queen. She's not here. We're here. The Crusaders, your friends. Do you remember fighting side by side in the ruins of Canabres? Come back to us!
I have no friends. The Canabras Crusaders treated me like carrion. You personally did nothing to me, but that's just because we barely know each other.
Tell me, Staten, why? Why do you fight on the side of
You
demons?
have the audacity to ask me that? I fight on this side because the other side didn't give me a chance. Yes, I made a terrible mistake, and Dresden fell to the demons. The Queen should have had me hanged. I deserved it. But she found a far worse punishment for me. False mercy.
Honestly, yeah, kind
When
of.
she spared me that day, she said she wanted to give me a chance to make amends. And I believed her. For 70 years, I've crawled on my knees, shedding my blood for Mendev. Only been spat in the face for it. For 70 years, I watched generations of Crusaders grow old and die, never once changing their tune about staunting the traitor.
He made a mistake after being, I mean, she's a temptress, so obviously, and she tempted him, and he fell for it. But like 70 years, that's a long time. And not to mention, why is the Queen living for 70 years? That's not good either.
What else could I give for my mistake? What more punishment could I suffer? How could I ever deserve forgiveness? And one day, I realized there's nothing I can do. The Queen had doomed me to a lifetime of humiliation. And when I grew desperate, I only had two choices. To become my own executioner and carry out the sentence she rescinded that day, or go over to the other side.
See, that is sad. Like, that's just sad. I feel bad for him. He made a mistake, and then, you know, what he's doing now was just awful. But he's a man backed into a corner. Or I guess, at this point, not even a man. It's more just an animal backed into a corner.
Put yourself in my place.
He
Imagine
tried
yourself in that
to...
position. What would you choose?
He tried to be better. He tried to make amends, and they just weren't doing it. So it was really sad.
I don't know. I haven't had a particularly nice time either in the River City. First there was the fire, then there were lots of other things. But I'm not angry at the people. I know they didn't do it out of malice.
Oh, girl. I should have followed your example dozens of years ago and found shelter in blissful madness. Maybe a feeble-minded beggar with no name and no memory would have been happier than the condemned traitor Staunton Vane. But now it's too late for that, too.
Aren't you tired of fleeing from me, Minago?
You have no idea how tired I am of you, mortal. But never mind. Today, we will finally be done with you. Right, Staunton? Right, sweetie?
You know, I once heard a peasant trying to convince his sick sheep to overcome her constipation and share her impacted torrent of crap with the rest of the world. The sheep was obviously very dear to the peasant, and he cooed and called her lambkin and darling as he described the process in graphic detail, apparently to inspire the beast. Well, listening to that wasn't half as stomach-churning as listening to your filthy demon mouth spewing honeys and sweeties all over the place. Ugh.
That's not your concern, mortal!
Oh, what's that on
The
your face?
masters punished her cruelly for her failure in Canabras. As you can see, the leaders of the demons are as patient with their slaves as the Crusaders are with their commanders.
Sweetie, why are you telling her this? What does it matter? What?
Quiet.
Like, just look at this. Senton's voice holds no emotion whatsoever, except perhaps weariness. The word that fell from his lips barely echo. But nonetheless, the demon immediately falls silent. It's just sad. Here I am, like, about to, like, kill him. And he's just like, okay, whatever. I see I have quite the gathering of cowards and traitors here. Even Nura showed
You
up.
think I'd miss the chance to see Staunton wipe that grin off your smug face? For years, you self-appointed champions of good have treated us like dirt beneath your feet. If the demons will help us get our revenge, then we're with the demons.
Like, these are all just yeah, it seems like the biggest driving force for the demon recruitment is just the horrid treatment that the queen has of her people. Which makes it really questioning, which is why I personally am not fighting for the side of the queen, more just to stop the innocent bloodshed. But, like, let's say the world wound closes. I don't know how this game ends, but let's say I close the world wound and there was a choice to, like, oh, hey, queen, I'm overthrowing you. I would do that. Because she doesn't sound like a very good person. Finally, I will make you pay for everything. Let Callisto witness my vengeance. Stanton, Minago, I stab thee with my heart. A wasp crawls down your hand, your goddess's favorite creature. The savored sting has heard your prayer and stands with you as you take your vengeance.
No point in wasting time talking.
That's dope.
To arms!
Staunton, darling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Dresden together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
Time to rob them of their treasures.
I really like that. I will stab at thee. That's cool, and it looks like it actually did something. Yeah, Kalistra's blessing. So that's really cool. I like that. So first things first.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Prepare yourself.
Nam, er, orma,
Alright. So now with this.
The light, take you!
I'm not quite liking what I'm seeing. But we don't have, oh no, we don't have our bless on, so we're gonna bless our actions.
Desna, guide my hand!
What is your AC at? 36, 24, 24, so you're gonna be the strongest one to fucking overcome. And that's gonna suck. So probably just kill the other guys first. Okay, all enemies.
Down. Go.
You won't survive me.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
You stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself. With these very hands.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? With the power I gave you. You ungrateful beast! Give me back what's mine. Take him, he's yours. And Dresden too. I don't care about this fortress or this half-wit.
Something tells me you're
I
lying.
grow so tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions. Your constant squabbling. Your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. I've seen it show countless times. Have fun with Staunton. You and he have similar ideas about what counts as entertainment. Take your filthy rag. Take your befouled ruins. You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
If you're so made for tenderness and love, then why are you trying to kill everybody?
So this is to be my fate? I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
I don't want to kill you. So come back.
You really do believe that, don't you? You really think that you can still change something? Somehow bring a cursed soul back to the light?
I mean, yeah. I have a succubus in my party, like, literally right now.
I wish I could believe like you do. Hope like you. But I know too well. There is no hope. I've been dead for a long time. As a matter of fact, the torment of the last few years, I might as well have spent them in the abyss. The only thing you can do for me is finish me off.
I feel bad. I don't want to.
Let's get this over with.
I will. I don't want to, really.
Make your peace.
Only you left.
Cover me!
Endure this!
All it takes is one hit.
No glory without risk!
No guarantee that I will hit. But if I do hit, you're dead. Oh.
I will resist.
Come on. Oh.
Down.
Stab their backs.
Can I, like... Oh, I can't just dismiss the spell. Okay. Give me a second. What the fuck happened to you, Lon?
Prepare yourself.
I'll loot your corpse.
This will leave a bruise.
I do things my way. Always watch your back. Stay on your toes.
Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off. Kill me like you did, like you killed Staten, and be glad you've defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it was that he and I were on the demon side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. I understand your pain, your hatred, and anger. I stoked those feelings in the mortals, convinced them that the whole world was to blame for their troubles, and that only the demons could help them get revenge. It was a lie. Whatever your demon seducer told you, it was a lie. Your real friends are your fellow mortals. Who is this succubus? And you let her in your party? Ha. Well, then I can die a peaceful death. You won't last long. Why did you betray me, Nora? I want the truth. You want the truth? Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I had been there the day Erel Rush opened the rift to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients of the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you. And it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. Like livestock. They used a stick to train me to obey. Did the Paladins of Mendev help? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons, after all. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me there on a leash. I think the demons bribed me. I was happy to betray him. Without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return, I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them to pieces, and me along with them. I didn't care. The demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. Yes, slavery is evil without a doubt. Quelling the rabble into obedience with whips and boots? How crude. Why can't those so-called rulers convince the masses to serve them willingly, with smiles and songs and adoration? That's how it's done in Mendev, after all. What will you do if I let you go? Let me go? Why would you? No, you mean, seriously? Ha 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 ha. You think I'll thank you for your generosity and devote the rest of my days to taking care of homeless puppies? Or can you continue exacting my vengeance? That's what I'll do on others, if not on you. I will feed as many crusaders as I can to the demons before I face the sword of someone less forgiving than you. She spits at your feet. It's not too late to return to our side. Help me destroy the demons. Spare me the sermon. If you want to kill me, then kill me. But don't try to get into my head. I will not kill you here. You will be locked up, and I will think about what to do with you. Why? Chains can't repair a maimed soul. The crow on Ember's shoulders looks at Nura sternly. Unlike her owner, she obviously approves of your decision. Do whatever you want. You can't escape the demons. Your head will be on Baphomet's altar. Tomorrow, if not today. People, I'm such a nice person. Why would you make me have to do these things?
Careful now.
So,
Everything has a price.
I've got some armor here.
A bright future
Poor
awaits
Sheila's
us.
beat up.
No
We'll just
reason
keep
to
you.
pause.
Honestly, I think your stuff is literally the worst. You have no heals.
We will win this war.
But we got this green looking armor, and I want to take a look. Carpars. Or Capris, whatever. Mithril enchantment. Whenever an enemy lands a melee strike, the warrior. That's pretty good, but we're not going to use you. I think stat and use two-handed weapon, which is what I am currently doing. Oh, okay, it's from Bless, probably. We'll take a look. after a while. It should be the last thing I picked up as a weapon. Interesting. Head cracker. Keep that on. I will put on my other glaive I've had since the beginning, since I can. I mean, look at how much weight my character can carry. I'll be right back.
Rely on me.
I really wanted to try to save Dalton, and I would have liked to, or I mean,
Fighting
maybe I
for a
still can.
righteous cause
I
is
would
certainly
like to
different
try
from
to
a simple massacre.
save.
The former is more
Uh,
bloody and performed with pinkies out.
I take from the rich and take from the poor.
I'd like to
It's my way of
save
supporting equality.
Nura if I can. I don't think I'll be able to. I would like to try. 'Cause I would be lying if I didn't say I didn't understand where they were
The
coming
commander
from.
of the Crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner she has won with such a valiant effort?
My morale is going to be so fucking bad for how long this took. But hopefully I can get some better units or at least train them up more. I'm definitely not getting the special. Build the main stables. Okay. Knight Commander, your birth gives you a differential salute. I know you have not had time to sit in on any councils in recent days. You've been so busy restoring order in Dresden that you have barely found time to sleep. However, there are some matters that require your attention. I am ready to report if you have a moment. I'm listening. Proceed. Thank you, Knight Commander. Our march on Dresden took longer than expected. The demons had time to regroup after their defeat in Canabras. Our forces have suffered significant losses. Morale is low among our troops. The battle for Dresden almost turned into an utter catastrophe. If you hadn't struck a blow at the demons' military commanders, leaving the adversary without a leader, it would have been the end of our crusades. Queen Gallifrey has already been informed and has sent you a letter for you. In any case, we would never have won if it weren't for your amazing powers. The moment you raised the Sword of Valor over the Citadel, the light of it must have been visible all the way back in Mendev, and the banner itself, it changed after coming into contact with you. Anyone else would call it sacrilege. I don't know what to make of it myself. It's surprising and strange. You know, you've changed, Commander. You've acquired a pet. She nods at the dragon following at your heels, but of course it's much more than that. It's like you were wandering blind before, and now you have found a firm footing. I can something emanating from you. I can't explain it. It's like a gust of wind. Ha, you're just too used to stony-faced paladins. That's why I seem so strange to you. Yearbeth smiles uncertainly. Come on, it's supposed to be a joke. I don't think my face is as stony as the others. Either way, I'm glad to see you in a good mood. When a commander is making jokes, the troop knows that all is well, and when a commander isn't making jokes, well, that's just a telling. We won the Battle of Dresden, but this war is far from over. The demons now know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for the merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that the cultists make up more than half their forces. So they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously, lay siege to the city. Praise Amodia for small mercies. The main demon forces are moving out from the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the fence and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. And Eva is trying to find out where the Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Advistan. I'm sure the crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat. And that's very good because you are going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we are currently facing. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers? Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had the powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters, all isolated cases for now, but it's possible that in the future we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from, find the source of their power, and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an army of such monsters. A secret path? What are we talking about? We can usually spot armies of demons in advance as their hordes march along the gray road from Ease or Threshold, but sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts and somehow sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Dresden. Neva is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded. Talk to her and she will tell you more about what's going on. There's a patrol missing. Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them. Or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibilities of desertion either. Troops was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlement of Sarkos lies in that direction. But after the siege of Dresden, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded. That's where I'd start looking. A dragon. What dragon? As if we didn't have enough problem with the demons already, now there's a wild dragon in the city. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat. But there is little food in the world wound. And the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon has been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Balor in front of the citadel during the siege? He is back in the city. He doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern, and we might be able to help each other. Is that all for now? There are a few pleasant matters at the Queen's command. Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and the medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them, the knight Elon from the Houndheart? He had led a troop of lost Marsonian recruits and brought them to the main force, and later drew the demons' attention in battle with the Balor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. There's one more thing. As you know, there's a vast dungeon under Dresden. It's almost empty now. The only prisoner is Nura Dedrin, the traitor you caught. That's dark, to phrase him. We temporarily placed the body of Stanton Von in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Aniva thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square. But I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserves to be buried as a knight. I agree. Bury Stanton as a knight. Right, you are, Commander. Yerbeth is hesitating. You can see the struggle on her face, as if she doesn't know whether she should say something. Commander, that day, during the battle, No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time. Yerbeth, it's okay. I get it. You are tortured. It's fine. I don't expect you to just be chipper and walk off being tortured. I don't understand these cities that mortals love so much. Stone, 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 and more stone. All the doors are so close to the ground, and they're all the same shape. Why don't they ever put the door on top of the roof or slide down to the ground instead? And why do they even want to go outside if it's no fun out there? If somebody built a fountain full of jam, say, I'd understand. Sudden voice from over your shoulder drops to an excited, or a chocolate tree so people could break off the branches and munch on it. Who's speaking? Of course, my beautiful, beautiful dragon. Me, a tiny dragon and evident chocolate tree enthusiast, emerges from behind you. Ah yes, Aviva. Beautiful. I wish I could have... don't tell me you didn't notice a cute little dragon following you. Well now, cute little dragon, if that's true, why did you only start speaking just now? Maybe I was a little shy. After all, we don't know each other. I had to take a look around to get used to things. Everything about the material plane is so weird and gray and stony, especially Dresden. What's your name? Aviva, because I'm little. In my family, our names get longer as we get bigger and older. Just imagine how funny it would be otherwise. Imagine being a 5-year-old dragon, barely hatched, and they already call you Raza Bran or Ithuk or something like that. The little dragon snorts, and you conclude that this is her way of laughing. Adorable. Don't change. Ever. So where did you come from? What do you mean, where did I come from? I flew all the way here to you. Well, I moved between planes a tiny little bit, and then I flew the rest of the way to you. You've always wanted to have a dragon of your own, haven't you? Who wouldn't want their own dragon? If I ever meet someone who doesn't want to have a dragon of their own, I'll make sure to keep my distance from them. They've clearly got a few screws loose. That's what I'm saying. The little dragon nods knowingly. So you don't like Dresden much then. It's not that I don't like it. You can have fun here too, but I like my home in Elysium more. The little dragon frowns comically. That makes sense though. After all, we're fighting the demons, and they make everything around them dull and nasty. But you're going to stop them soon, right? Oh, speaking of demons and fighting, you really need to head out to this beautiful ridge outside of Dresden as fast as you can. Your friends are waiting for you. There's something urgent and important they need to know. What friends? They're so nice. They were really happy to see me. Then they really want to see you. I only flew past them, so I don't know much, but it must be important. I wonder what's waiting for me this time. Something really fun. You'll see. Precious dragon, do not change. You are adorable. Alright, so we got a bunch of quests that we gotta do now. We got the Outcast. I don't know what that's gonna do. We've got that one. Got Dragon's Fate. So I must not have missed it. I just don't know. But then I don't know how you're supposed to, I don't know. We'll look up how the Golden Dragon Path later on, I guess, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be a Golden Dragon Path. Talk to Oniva, find the missing troll, the dragon. Talk to Erebeth, obviously you've got to talk to that Crescent of the Abyss. Middle game. Here we go. This is what we need. Build the main stables. Liberate the region.
I do things
Oh,
my way.
okay. Hey, Sela, you have that sword, right? Yeah, give me it back. This is mine.
I will not be trifled with.
So now, I'm happy that I have done this. You know, I got a whole bunch of stuff down. But
Stay on your toes.
look at how big this area is. I'm not too happy about that. Can I mount my horse? No, I can't even mount my horse. So everything's gonna be slow and tedious. So I guess the first thing is Citadel. I want to see if going to the inside the Citadel. Here we go. Everbright Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is Seer Colbin, and I am at your service. Queen Gallifrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nearson. She's ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Kenbris and come here. We will support your troops. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be the spear of the attack. Morgan, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry. No one will be defeating any demons without you. Who have you brought with us? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us, those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in nurse waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. We picked up this one. He walked to Kenbris with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons. And then he probably would have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. Did you fight in Kenbris? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Narison. Almost all those who remained in Kenbris died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaders. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds. Kenbris is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Eviston to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the first. Great. You will be serving under my command. It's an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demon a destiny. Okay. Who the fuck are you? You're okay, you're just a guard. Just no-name guard. You're just a no-name guard, too. Okay. Hail, Commander. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. We'll do that first. My behavior was unworthy of knight, even less of commander. How can I lead soldiers when I was sitting around while others shed their blood? Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the order, strip me of my knighthood, and send me to serve as the condemned. If you deserve these titles more than you don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible and more besides. Thank you, Commander. The gratitude in Erebeth's voice is sincere. A spark of enthusiasm appears in her eyes, which had grown dull over recent weeks. The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Erebeth who is ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me. More than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Erebeth still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with rank-and-file soldiers, those whose faith in their commander remains undimmed. I have found your father's sword. Take it. Give Solm our Erebeth. Praise Amodia. Erebeth takes the sword as gently as it were a living creature and sheathes it in its scarab. I don't know what to say. I'm forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Okay. Thank you, Erebeth. Please allow me to give your word, and please, no objections. I could never replace the sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. I have to go. Thank you, Earbeth. Alright, so we're gonna save because this might take a little mistake making here. Because I don't know exactly
Everything has a price.
what I'll be doing here. So we're managing crusade stats. I'm hoping this is where you build the stables as well, stuff like that, but I don't quite know, so. Okay, crusade development. You can now that you've got certain development. Okay. You have that one, which occurred. You have Beth's breakdown, which occurred before the assault of Dresden, still haunts her mind. She should be reminded that she is and will always be the hero in the eyes of a soldier by appointing her as commander of a small squad of crusaders. Unfortunately, because Earbeth. Okay. Not ready for that. So this is like the first game. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this, and honestly, even fewer things. Honestly, we want to take a look at my Crusader army, anyways. Keeper Canyon. There's a lot of fucking. Okay, so what we need here is with my strongest army. Yeah, we'll get all of you. Get all of you. Alright, so now we're going to take my strongest army, which is this army right here. We'll wait a day so we can move here. Okay. Merge units. You're 3 and you're 6. That's good. 6 is good. So we got a couple of things we can do here. I'll go back to the One officer has been bringing recruits to the prison so that they could fight weakened captives and kill them. He wanted to prepare the newcomers for their first battle, but unfortunately during one of their sessions, one of the soldiers got killed and everything came to light. Not sure how I feel about that. Um, Military Council is assembled and awaits her at headquarters for the first meeting. The Sword of Valor... sorry. This is what I wanted. The crusade depends on the support of men. And okay. She wants to talk? Of course I'll talk to her. Can I save? I can save. So, I'm not quite sure. I'm saving mainly because I don't understand one of the things. Oh, yeah, honestly, we'll go to you. You. Yeah, so. Pursue. Again, this is kind of something I'll wind up doing a lot of the stuff off camera, Abby, but for now, I suppose I'll let you see it. That way, you kind of know what's going on. And I do like that. Depending on your path, you can do it. It's really cool. Really cool. Honestly, this is kind of where we want to go to next, I think. So we've done that, so we've got that. Because I don't understand, like I said, I don't understand what decrees. And we'll issue that decree for her. Mercenary group by the name of Blackstone Company. So yeah, I guess what we'll do is, I think we got all the decrees. Oh wait, can I actually do this? Here we go. 103. Take 1,000 to do, but yeah, we'll issue that decree. Development. Rank up all. Yeah, so events. We'll do you first. We'll talk to this commander. Now these will be stuff that I won't do off camera. I will do that on camera, like when somebody wants to meet with me, I'll make sure the camera's on. But I don't. Before you stands a tall, fit man whose dark hair is already tinged with gray. He greets you with a brisk malicious salute. My name is Captain Sealkind. I command the vanguard of a mercenary troop called the Blackstone Company. We've come to Andor to assist you. I want to know more about your unit. Black Company is proud to be recognized as one of the finest Andorian mercenary regiments. We're not a bunch of unscrupulous sellswords looking to oppress the innocent and serve the tyrants of Rome. No, we're adventurers eager to get involved in dangerous enterprises and leave it with pockets full of gold and a clear conscience. Which is why we held a vote among our units. We're glad to accept Queen Galfrey's invitation to join the Crusades, though some of our commanders, him, did voice the displeasure with the sum she offered. But like I said, we Andorians are free people who cannot be pushed around and cannot be bought, only convinced. Why'd you join up with us? Queen Galfrey paid for our services, but please do not think we're fighting for gold alone. We are true sons and daughters of Andoran, so the ideals of equality and resisting enslavement ring true in our hearts. We will be glad to stand in the way of the demons who seek to force mortal kind into bondage. The bulk of our company made camp in Nerison, but the vanguard, consisting of our finest soldiers, if I may add, was put under your control. I want to know more about you. I don't even know what to say. I am a soldier, a bit of an explorer, and just an all-around one. Get on with your duties, then. Yes, ma'am. Glad to be under your control. It will be an honor to serve with you, Commander. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need to talk, I'd be happy to lend an ear. Of course. Yearbeth said that we're under threat from demons with unusual abilities like the Nabasu that attacked your army at the Lost Chapel. They're very powerful, and they're growing in number. You haven't found out where they're coming from, have you? Arisha looks around shyly and continues, lowering her voice, as if entrusting you with a personal secret. I'm not sure, but I think I have lead. I know where to find someone who can lead us to the source of their power. Where can I find this? What are you talking about? A hag by the name of Jaranuki. She used to live here before the fall of Sarkosa. But when the demons invaded this world, she happily took their side. The old cannibal knows many secrets. You just have to make her talk. Does this hag also have special powers? Her? I doubt it. But still be careful. She is very old, very sly creature, and she's incredibly dangerous. Well, you'll be with me, so... Where can I find this informer of yours? The place is called Green Gates. I'll show you how to get there. Long ago, before the World War, there was a Sarkonian fortress. The Crusaders built a small chapel, but for many, many years, the place has been home to nothing but abomination and squalor. How did you find out about this? Ursula quickly looks at the faces of those present and seems to curl in on herself. Quietly, almost whispering, she says, that is a long story. I will tell you when we get there, all right? Thanks for the tip. Happy to help. Ursula looks around cautiously again and lowers her voice. You won't go there without me, will you? I want to personally make sure this monster doesn't escape you. I will never not go anywhere with you, Ursula. You are adorable. So, gonna tell Abby from watching this, just so many lovable characters in this game, for my opinion. Like, Avivu, obviously super adorable and lovable. Ember, you've seen my other videos, seen praises about Ember. Adorable. She is a precious child who deserves to be protected. And then you got Arishula, just amazing. Just so adorable. I'm so happy. Grandma Grellant lowers her head. Good day, your commandership. It is we, the artistic board of the Next Door Theater. We are still working on our piece about your heroism. We've even taken on a few new crew members. We now have a master stage equipment engineer. It's my granddaughter, Tina. Tina, say hello. Tanana, say hello to her commandership. We are faced with another dome. We simply can't decide on the climactic moment for the act that's all about the battle driven. Here, listen to our options. Option 1. The commander, so that's you, launches herself out of a catapult and smashes down the fortress wall, allowing armies to rush in. The commander masquerades as a valor and creeps into the Dresden in disguise, then opens the gates to the Crusaders. Rides an enormous mountain goat, or shall we say a battering ram, and it breaks down the city gates. But I don't ride a goat, I ride a horse. That's right, but how should I put it? It seemed important for us to portray you as a rider, and the goat is kind of a metaphor. I do like that. I like the fact that because I'm a cavalier, they're talking about like, yes, you're a rider. I like that. I don't know if that happens in others, but I really like that. So I'm kind of hoping that when I play my Druid Lich, which is what's going to wind up happening, that's what we're doing, a Druid Lich, It's gonna be beautiful. That they talk about that more. Although I will feel a bit like worried, like how people react to me as being a lich. So I don't know. We might change up it, but I think a druid lich will be interesting. I like the version where I ride on the back of an enormous mountain goat, but where are you going to get a goat that size? We're still working on that, Pat, your commandership. It's hard to get a goat in the middle of the world, especially an enormous one. But we'll think of something. Don't you worry. Grandma Gretlin and her entourage move away, but their voices project so well that you can easily hear the rest of their conversation. Do you think the commander will mind if we add the goat and the catapult to the show? That way, the bit where she breaks down the gates will make for better drama. Did you forget the role of the commander is being played by Cyclops? How are we going to launch Lambkin out of a catapult? Where are we going to find a catapult that just won't break under his weight? Where are you going to find a goat that won't break under his weight? Calm yourself. Tanana, it's just a minor snag. You won't achieve success without a few difficulties along the way. We'll think of something. You'll see. Please, this is phenomenal. Oh my goodness. A tall, gaunt elf salutes you solemnly. Commander, it is an honor to call this first meeting of the Military Council to order. I'm Captain Olden, and I've been serving under your command ever since the assault on the Grey Garrison. I'll do my best to be as much use to you as possible in this role. The foundation of the military is cold calculation and discipline. These are the principles I will seek to impart to the Crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy, for our enemies, for our troops, and for ourselves. Well, Commander, your sister Sela is no renowned general, but she spent half her life tussling with evil. It looks like I'll be stepping up on behalf of all of the Mobiliscus. I hope my advice will prove useful. Okay, so it's a military so you can talk about so everybody's going to be part of it. Okay. The first issue on the military council's agenda is the reorganization of troops. Our infantry has been bled dry. The forces Her Majesty granted to us were enough to take Dresden, but we need more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the army was assembled in great haste after the assault of Canabras and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for redeployment. Our scouts report that a powerful Baylor Koramazda is already preparing to a retaliatory strike on Dresden. But we can rely on freshly conscripted Nendevian soldiers. They may not have skill, but our strength lies in the number and fervor of the volunteers joining the Crusades. We can't throw everyone into the meat grinder. We'll just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to set the best among the recruits, or even better, hold a contest. The bravest and most capable will join the Crusaders. The death count is always high in infantry. Its purpose to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to ensure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemies. Who is the Baylor cousin? Most trusted servant of the demon lord Descray. Among the historians of the Mendavian, he's known as the strategist of the Whirlwind. He's not as renowned as Menago, the conqueror of Dresden, or Hephaesmar, daughter of Bahamut, but he has claimed the most major victories over the forces of Mendev. He's a general and quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. It may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's a fallacy. Like a beast following a scent, he senses weakness in his enemy's defenses and strikes at them, sending soldiers to bring targeted carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him, so he's never short on troops and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. I have a question for my advisors. Sela, have you ever commanded an army before? On a scale like this, of course not. But I have fought evil, and I know its tricks. Besides, war makes people callous. It's always useful to have a paladin advisor around to remind you at crucial moments what we're fighting for, right? Regal, why do you wish to sit on the military council? I have command experience, and I intend to impart to the Crusaders at least a modicum of discipline and rigidity of Helmites. The quality of Mendevian staff currently available to you leaves much to be desired. That much is certain. I have no more questions. We'll put our faith in a tight formation of shielders. Regal, your idea actually sounds pretty good. I will monitor the recruiters' work and the preparation of all necessary equipment. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished and the ranks of our infantry are replenished, I will assemble the military council to discuss new decisions. I like that. Regal, you have the best idea. Oh, boy. So many. A sharp-looking kitsune gives you a quick business-like bow. Commander, the matters before us are urgent, so let's not stand on ceremony. I am Lady Konomi, the official attaché of Narasan. Here are my credentials. She presents a scroll adorned with Galfrey's seal. Her Majesty has instructed me to lead your headquarters diplomatic council. Honestly, I was surprised when Lady Konomi asked me to join this council, but I will do my best to fill the shoes of a trained diplomat. Yeah, strange. Yeah, strange. I got invited to the council too. I'm sure foreign ambassadors will be thrilled to see my face and my manners. Lady Konomi, you haven't mistaken me for some other Crusader Lan, have you? I, like many nobles, have been trained in diplomacy, and in fact I hold the title of Royal Emissary, as passed down in Aradan line. I must say that prior to this day, I employed my diplomatic skills solely to undermine Mendev's internal reputation. It's time to break the habit. Imagine preventing international scandals will be just as interesting as causing them. Who knows? I might even enjoy it. What's the diplomatic council, and why do I need it? To solve matters of politics, of course. The Crusade is more than just battles and sieges. It is the largest military project in all of Evistan, funded by treasuries of more than a dozen major powers. And each one of those powers, in addition to seeking victory over the demons, also pursues its own goal. The diplomatic council will manage this tangle of political interests and prevent the crusade from losing the favor of influential benefactors. And while we're at it, ensure that Narasan remains satisfied with the state of affairs. After all, for the last 100 years, the entire Mendevian politics has revolved around the Crusades in some shape or form. That is why the capital has sent me here to observe, offer suggestions, and keep diplomatic solutions. I see, so you've been sent to keep an eye on me. Whatever gave you that idea, Commander? I'm not an overseer. I'm your loyal advisor. I do not intend to meddle in the way you run things, just consult with you in cases where the price of error is too high. Put your trust in me, and we'll get along swimmingly. After all, none of us here want to see Chilix or Druma at each other's throat trying to settle their dispute by using their influence on us as political leverage. Am I wrong? And I doubt you would like it if we made enemies in ranks of Narasan nobility who would attempt to undermine your war effort. This won't happen as long as you trust my experience. I have a question. Yeah. He's a bit more understanding. Why do you choose line? We diplomats call this little trick mysterious Grundon Prince. During negotiations, it's always useful to have on your side a representative of some obscure but potentially populous and powerful nation. Without knowing what they're up against and how many mongrels there are, our diplomatic partners will have to contend with this dark horse. So Mr. Lan will be our mongrel prince. If we're negotiating with foreign ambassadors, and I make this sign, you immediately start talking about how offensive their proposition is to the mongrel people. Do we have a deal, Lan? I suspect that word diplomat was synonymous with fraud, but I thought you would be deceiving me, not deceiving others with my help. No, that's not an option. I can't represent the mongrels in a negotiation. I can represent the mongrels in negotiation, but I'm not going to lie through my teeth. So never had a thing. That won't be a problem. My home, Jean Tia, inviting clerics and paladins of Shaylin, the lady, to take part in diplomatic missions is a common practice. They may not be politicians, but they are perceptive, advocate for peace, and favor balanced solutions. I am flattered by the respect that the worshippers of my goddess receive in Lady Konomi's lands. Social bows his head courteously. I won't let you down, Lady Victoria, and I'll make every effort to prevent our friends from becoming our enemies. Everything's clear to me now. What's on the council's agenda for today? I hate to say it, Commander, but not everyone in Nursan is pleased with your progress. Some believe that, to use their words, you are out of control and fancy yourself an independent leader. It wouldn't surprise me if you encountered supply disruptions in the near future, but I was just coiling their anger. Show the capital you haven't forgotten about the chain of command. For example, you could hold a parade in honor of Her Majesty. Fuck that. If we need to demonstrate that we're keeping Nurson in mind, why don't we invite the capital's high priest to Dresden for a religious festival? It'll be more appropriate, and the church support will shield us from accusations of schemers. Pander to the naysayers? I think not. I propose we hold a parade in your honor. This is our victory, and if Cousin Gallifrey wants to show off in front of the soldiers, she's welcome to capture something of her own. Are they out of their minds? We've got a whole Dresden full of soldiers who need medicine, food, and weapons. Until everyone has been taken care of, we can't waste a single coin on a pointless thing. Honestly, what did I do to Didka? You are too good. You reclaimed Knabris. You won the Battle of Dresden. You're a menace to the Whirlwind. Your authority grows, and the influence of the Queen confidence diminish. This creates the impression that there's only enough space for you at the top. The members of the Royal Council are afraid that you will muscle them out of the political arena altogether. That's the end goal, if I can make it. After all, if you're doing so well, maybe Her Majesty doesn't need them that much. Therefore, they might try to discredit you, impede your war effort, and reduce the scale of your victories. Make some concessions, and they'll see that you're open to negotiate. We'll do Solso, because I will let my character die before I host a honor for the Queen, as she's done jack shit. Solso invite that versus. A moment, Commander. I understand that you're used to being the highest authorities in all matters, but political decisions are an exception. I am a professional in this field. You are not. By ignoring my recommendation, you are not only deliberately seeking conflict with the capital, but disregarding the common sense as well. I urge you to reconsider. You've invited my companions to the diplomatic mess, and now you refuse to listen to them? I'm simply suggesting that give your companion time to find their feet in the council, to grasp the principles of being a diplomat. Also, if they weren't on the council, your decisions could be mistaken for the decrees of a tyrant, and that is definitely not good for the public image. In the Queen's honor, motherfucker. Do I have to? Why? Like, I don't want to be like an ass, but I do need this. I guess I'll let my character die, because this one time, she just talked about making friends with clones. It's good that we've got off on the right foot. There will be plenty of more issues, but I doubt that we will handle them. Yeah, this is the only time. Other than that, you can fuck off. Hail, Commander. A middle-aged dwarf who has clearly seen some combat salutes you with one barely moving, bony, dry hand. On her face are huge scarred claw marks. A black eye patch covers one eye, and she is watching you with the other, intent and somber. Dangrilda Stranglehold, Chair of the Logistic Council, at your service. We've got ourselves an ugly situation that requires your decision. I hope I won't get in anyone's way if I join you. I think I could give some good advice here, if you don't mind, of course. Lon, you're on so many councils. Hopefully this council will benefit from my rock sticks and all, kind of like our crusade. We need more of everything. What we do have is in disarray. Crates of provisions are rotting away in storehouses because some idiot quartermaster spilled beer on the papers, and fools are not the worst problem. There's also theft. Some officers grease palms to get means that ordinary soldiers are being with barely more than kitchen knives, hammers, and tongs. It's time to give the entire logistics staff the bum rush. The question is, where do we find capable and honest people to replace them? These scoundrels must be replaced with decent and honorable people, selfless souls who have proven they put their comrades' lives above all else, especially their own wealth. Surely that's who will take the best care of our soldiers. Let's get some veterans on the job. People who had their fill of the front line and who know firsthand what life is like for the common soldier and what the rations taste like and how the boots are always the wrong size. Let them leave. Okay. The suggestion is to call some experienced, well-connected supply officers from Neurosan. Let them leave their cushy jobs in Mendev and work up a sweat for the good of council. I don't think that's a good idea. Let's discuss our options more in detail. Yes, Commander, what are you suggesting? A quartermaster job is to care for the well-being of the soldiers they're equipping for battle. That means that the best people to appoint to those positions are people who really care. Those people who will keep their fighters warm, fed, and properly armed. Maybe they won't have the most experience, but that's all right. It's easier to teach someone numbers and how to run a warehouse than it is to instill a conscience in them. Man, what do you advise? In our tribe, we believe that the hunter's gear should be entrusted to the most seasoned hunters, to those who stalked the prey themselves and learned the price of a mistake in outfighting. An old bowstring, a dull spear, a tattered cloak, the hard way. I think that's how it should be in the army. Whoever is responsible for the supplies must know war firsthand. They must drag themselves through the mud of the battlefield, seeing with their own eyes how a rotted strap or boot, one size too large, can lead to a soldier's death. They must have eaten their share of rotten cabbage and seen the carts of horseshoes and pots pull up at their position instead of ammunition because of some clerical error. Assign new quartermasters from veterans like Don Gradell here. I bet they won't steal, and they won't let anyone else steal either. Don Gradell, what is your option? There are some great workers in Mendev who have been sitting at home for way too long. Let the Queen send them to us, instead of counting buttons from frock coats of the Northern Guard. Let them sort our supplies, and they'll already have connections in Nurasan. They could easily have army property decommissioned and later sold to private buyers for next to nothing, and those buyers will just happen to be the same mercenaries we're negotiating. Connections are too important, as well as you know. Honestly, you've all made really good points. I really don't trust Nurasan. And I don't really like them. but we do need their supplies. But Juan's also right. I will bring this decision over. And we'll just save. Just
Hesitation is a waste of time.
did it just load me? It did just load me. So we're gonna go through all of that again by myself. And I'll wind up choosing what I did. We'll host it in the Queen's honor. And we'll put Regal in charge of everything. Actually, we'll do that right now, I guess. I'm gonna be sitting through 2 load screens though. I'm gonna turn off the stream right here, and I'll start a new one after this, Abby. Okay.